You being a foreigner here in India, how did you come to start an organization like this? Hi, nice to finally meet you. Pleasure. I brought this. The little. I wanted to bring more, but the pet store was closed.
Oh no, thank you. We used up quite a lot of our supplies during the pandemic. We normally feed all the monsoon dogs on the beach when everyone goes home. But this year we did it like 3 months early, so thanks.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Oh my God!
You get a good welcome when you come in the morning.
I see that.
This is Tinkerbell.
What happened to this one?
Tinkerbell was hit in the spine as a puppy.
Oh.
And then she was beaten quite badly, so her stomach was sticking out from the side.
Oh my God.
We actually had a vet that was here from Europe volunteering, and she didn't think that she was going to make it. She actually said we probably need to put her to sleep, but then we put her in the wheelchair and she just sort of got better.
Oh my God.
Someone wants to adopt her to the UK. You can't have my mum.
Oh really?
Yeah, but because of the lockdown, she can't go at the moment.
Yeah. Tinkerbell. She's so cute.
Yeah. Tinkerbell.
Oh, she has life now.
Yeah. Now it's given her. She's got a good voice when she wants to as well, but it's given her a new lease of life. The wheelchair. And as soon as she started running around, her stomach went back to the right place.
Oh.
And this is Roo. Because if you get a chance to hear him make a noise, he makes a noise like. Yeah. He came in with a broken back, you can still see. Paralysed, completely paralysed, dragging his back legs behind him. Don't cry, he's very jealous. He's very jealous. And then now he recovered from that and somebody took him in. And then you see this here. During the pandemic, people were making these homemade bombs and leaving them around to try and catch wild pigs, and he accidentally ate one.
Oh no!
And it exploded in his mouth, and it blew the side of his face off. He was very lucky.
My poor little baby.
He's very lucky though.
When did you guys get her?
Oh, we've had her maybe nearly a year now, but she's we had to cut one of her legs off. She's paralysed as well, in fact.
Oh.
And one of her legs got so infected we had to cut it off.
Oh, poor baby.
We ordered more wheelchairs just before the pandemic, but all the parts were coming from China.
Oh.
So now we're still waiting. We've ordered 3 or 4 more wheelchairs. We're waiting for them to come. There's a guy in Gujarat that's going to make them for us.
Oh, nice.
He's going to just make it with whatever we've got.
And this baby's tongue?
This is Panther. He was attacked by a leopard. There's lots of
Oh
leopards in the area.
my God.
The leopard ripped the whole side of his face, broke his jaw.
Oh.
And this poor vet that was here from Europe, she witnessed that one as well, and she thought he wouldn't survive. And he did.
You're a survivor, aren't you?
He has a funny smile now, and his tongue is always hanging out. If he falls asleep on the floor, his tongue sticks to the floor.
Oh.
The thing is, when people come from Europe and they see the kind of stuff that we deal with every day, they're always really shocked. They always think the animals are going to die or they should be put to sleep. They don't realise how many of these dogs really do survive. They're so strong, the street dogs and the beach dogs. They've got that like natural instinct just to make it. Okay.
Oh my God, these puppies are so cute. When did you get them?
They were just dumped. They kind of get thrown over the gate. The gate's low enough for them to
just get thrown over?
Thrown over, yeah. And if they're sick, then it infects all the others here. And it's a real shame because if they just waited and gave us some information about where the animals are from, it would help us to treat them and maybe find their mothers. We don't charge for the treatment, so I don't know why people do it. And sometimes they dump them in boxes, but sometimes they're in rice sacks that are tied up.
Oh, that is
so
terrible.
So they suffocate, yeah. Yeah, we're trying to get the message out there, you know, that people don't need to do that. They can just tell us where they found them, what the history is. At the moment.
Oh my God.
The vets are all stuck across borders, so we were working without a vet. So ideally, she needs to have this one.
Oh wow! So she'll be in one of the these.
One of these, yeah.
Wheelchairs.
Yeah, Jack loves it. We have got a few others that need fixing. Greg's going to have a look at this, I think. In the face by a car, and now it's blind.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's blind, and I think lost its sense of smell a bit as well. So when we feed it, we have to hold the bowl right up to the face.
Oh, poor baby.
He's very depressed at the moment.
I can see that.
Trying to help. Trying to help.
Wow.
This go home. She got an evacuation flight, so we're just looking after until she can come back. Alfie! He doesn't really understand why he's been left here.
It's like, what is going on?
Where's my mum? Where's my mum? Alfie!
Oh, that feels good. Oh, this is the surgery center.
This is the surgery. This is Happy. Happy! How are you feeling? Happy's been here every day for the last week.
What's wrong with her?
Tick fever.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of ticks around, it's tick season at the moment. And if it's not taken care of, then they can get an infection. It only takes one tick to give them an infection. It can be quite nasty. They get a high fever, which brought the temperature down, but now she's refusing to eat.
Oh,
aren't you, princess?
poor baby.
You need to eat.
I just want to ask you, you being a foreigner here in India, how did you come to start an organization like this?
Right, so I decided, it was an accident, a total accident. I decided to come and live here for 6 months, and I was living on the beach, and there was no vets and there was no shelters. The nearest vet was 3 hours away, and one of the dogs, puppies in my area, was attacked and leg was broken by the shack owner. And the immediate response of the waiters was, let's drown it in the sea. And I said, no, let's take it to the vet. And they said, there isn't a vet. And by then I found out that the nearest place, like I said, was 3 hours away. So,
oh, wow.
And I just thought, I don't know what to do. So I contacted the people that were 3 hours away, and they said, well, come down if you've got at least 6 animals for us to treat, and then you pay for the treatment and the medicine and our transport. So I just got 6, so I had more than 6, got them together in my house, in my spare room. And he came down and he had to chop off a leg, and he had to do surgeries all in my living room. And then somebody very kind from an eco-friendly resort called Bhakti Kutir, you may have been there, she offered to give me a storage unit. It was an old chicken shack, had no running water. Do you remember Anoop? Yeah. Anoop has been with me since the beginning.
Hi, how are you?
No running water, we had no cages. It was just us.
Just doing in one room.
Yeah, we did everything.
Wow. So you've been here through everything.
Yeah, I am working as a vet nurse.
How many years has it been?
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we wouldn't have managed without him. During the pandemic, he was the only one that was out and about, going to see sick animals on the street and the beach.
Oh, bless your heart.
Saved a lot of animals, huh?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have happened without him.
Oh.
He's not even taken any time off throughout all of this. We're still doing the surgeries. So then the people that were 3 hours away, they donated some old cages for us. But then we had cages. Then we hired another kennel boy, so that it was me and one person cleaning, and it just kind of evolved. And I thought, I'll just do a camp maybe for 3 months and do as much as I can to help, and then that'll be my bit.
Yeah.
But then every time we released animals, more were coming. And sometimes I'd wake up in the morning in my house and people had put them in my garden. They were like, oh, that's the lady that deals with the animals, the dog lady. And I'd be like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it just evolved and evolved and evolved. And eventually we outgrew this place, the chicken shack. And we came here, but we had to build this place from scratch.
So this was sort of the universe saying, this is your job.
This is your
what
job
you need
now.
to
I didn't choose it. No, it wasn't something that I chose.
That's usually how it is.
Yeah, it kind of chose me. And once you start, honestly, you can't stop.
Yeah.
It's just, how could you leave? I mean, sometimes I get frustrated. Sometimes I put my head in my hands and think, right, I've done it for 16 years, it's enough.
Right.
There's no money, there's no medicine, we're coming up against opposition, especially being a foreigner.
I'm sure.
So much opposition, because people were saying to me, well, we never asked you to do this. We didn't ask you to help, why are you doing it? You know, and if ever there's a complaint or something goes wrong, it never works in my favour being a foreigner. But it's got easier over the years. And now the main reason that we carried on was for rabies, the anti-rabies vaccine, and to sterilise all the animals on the beach, because it was just, there were so many. And in the old days they used to cull them after the season time when all the tourists had left with guns. So you'd go out and shoot all the dogs,
Oh my God.
gather them up in trucks and burn them. It was like once a year. So you had to keep any animals that were pets inside on that night. But then that was outlawed, but nothing was put in place to stop the animals from breeding. So all of a sudden there were just thousands of dogs on the beach and the street, to the point where it wasn't safe to walk. You know,
Wow.
So we just decided to start the ABC program here. And if you had the ABC program in your municipality at that time, which is the animal birth control program, then they weren't allowed to cull. This is before it was outlawed. So once we started, we couldn't stop.
Yeah.
So now, when then we started with the locals, started to understand a bit more, because they're brought up to fear dogs, and I understand why, because of the rabies. We don't have this problem anymore. You know? So we clip their ears if we've sterilise them and give them the anti-rabies shot, and then we just started saying no rabies, no babies, no rabies, no babies to all the locals, so they understood.
I assume that you don't have any type of funding from the state.
No.
So how do you sustain this place with no government help?
That's a good question. Well, I came out here with savings, which I no longer have. That's one thing. And then, of course, I called on all my family and friends. And then people that come to visit and volunteer here, they obviously support. It's hard to ask for money when you're so small. There's so many charities, especially for animals, all over the world. Unless you've been here and seen it, then it's harder. And then Amazon started delivering here a couple of years ago. That was a life send, wasn't it? My God.
Absolutely.
When Amazon, because then you're not asking for
Once
money.
they started delivering, we got things regularly. It was just, it was amazing, really.
Because if you
It was a game changer for us.
yeah, massive game changer. Because if you ask for money, people don't always want to give you money. If you say, can you send food and supplies and medical gloves and detergent, the stuff that we actually need, then they send stuff. They feel like the money's being spent properly.
Well, they can see it.
They can see
that it's, instead of putting it in a bank account or putting it on a PayPal account, they can actually see when they get the receipt that it's been delivered, that it's going to the cause.
Yeah, we take
there's
the
no-
So what are we gonna do
Feed
now?
the cats.
Feed the kitty
Feed the
cats.
kitty cats. They know when there's a bag of food. I'll keep the puppies out.
Come on.
No dogs.
Hungry kitties. Oh.
Our oldest dog, she was born like with a deformity. Her legs are stuck together at the back.
Oh wow.
But she's must be nearly 16. She's old. But she's still going.
So she was
Holly,
born with
she's
her.
a bit deaf. She was born like that. Yeah.
Hi Holly.
And some Italian tourists brought her in because the locals, when she was born deformed, the locals tried to drown her, but they managed to fish her out. She's been with us ever since.
Oh wow.
But she's a funny looking thing, so she didn't get adopted, so she's just here. We built the whole place with bottles. We collected
Wow.
bottles and built the whole place with bottles. And it lasted for 7 years. It was only last year that we started pulling it down. This one's old as well. This is Highway.
Hi
He
Highway.
was found when he was like a few weeks old on the highway. Totally blind with no hair. Just he had chronic worms, that's all. So once the worms cleared up, his sight came back and his fur grew back. He's 15 now.
Hi baby.
What are you doing? You're not scared anymore, are you? Huh? This one spent the whole first 4 months here just hiding on the rocks. Scared of people, but now like a little
Oh.
bit. You're a little bit okay now. Not quite, but there you go.
Oh, that is so precious.
But it won't let me go too much. Huh?
Hi. Hi. So I just want to ask you, I mean, it must be so difficult at times because you get emotionally attached to some of the babies.
Yeah,
How do you deal with that when they die?
But you know what? In the beginning, every time an animal died, I would cry and cry and cry and go to Chaldi and buy flowers and do a funeral. And it would ruin my whole day. But now you just have to
Accept
move
it.
on and get on with it. Yeah, and I did take a lot of dogs home with me. Too many. I'm not allowed anymore. Yeah, but you can't keep doing it. You have to just try and be like a doctor or a nurse would be. Go in, do the job, and leave. Sometimes volunteers come here and they just cry all day, you know? And it's better just to do something, you know? Can't get too emotional. Having said that, I still do sometimes. I still get my days
Yeah,
where I
you're
just get
human.
overwhelmed, you know? And I recently took another dog home.
Oh, wow.
It was 3 weeks old and it got hit by a bus. And lost the front leg, and I took it home just to change the bandages, and then Forgot to bring it back.
Oh, wow.
This one's supposed to be going to Sweden. Somebody fell in love with this dog.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, but because of the lockdown, we're stuck here at the moment.
What is the process like if someone wants to bring a dog, say, to America from India?
Do you know, America and Canada is quite easy.
Really?
Yeah, the restrictions are not so hard, but back to Europe it's quite a longer process and it's a lot stricter. The regulations are stricter.
Okay.
Yeah. It can take a while. It takes 3 to 4 months from start to finish for the process. So you're waiting to go, aren't you? You're already vaccinated, microchipped and stuff in quarantine like the rest of us.
You're gonna go home soon, baby.
Come out.
Oh.
Just another one we need a wheelchair for.
Oh, wow.
So we've got a couple of small wheelchairs from the tiny animals, but not big enough. So we're trying to get a wheelchair.
So you can't walk at all, no?
No, it can just a bit scared. Come on, it's all right. Just really scared. Come on, come on, come on. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt you. Come on, look. See? You're so scared you don't know what happened to them or why they're like this. So sad.
God, have you been bitten by...
I've got loads of scars. I've got a scar here from a monkey. I rescued some monkeys on Paddling Beach in the early days when they used to have them out here doing tricks. I chased the trainers. I had a big monkey and a small monkey, and that normally means they're training the small one to do what the big one does, because the big one's got too big, and then they let the big one go, and then it dies. But it had a earring in its nose, and it was dressed up. They were smoking.
Oh, that's terrible.
I kicked off my shoes and chased them, and they let go. So then I had the monkeys on the chain, and then they panicked, and one of them jumped on my back, so I just went down, but the claw came and scratched me here.
Oh, wow.
They're in a sanctuary now, though, and we haven't had any monkey handlers back here. That's not to say they won't move on somewhere else, but they're not here.
True.
So that's good. This is what's left of this bottle wall. This is on its last legs as well. These dogs are in here because they've got skin infections, and we don't want it to spread to the others. So...
Hi, guys.
They're getting better, but if you let them out,
They'll spread it, yeah.
This is how he walks.
Oh, my God.
Hi. Hi. Come here.
Too cute.
So he's called Pie because we called him Christmas Pie to begin with. He came in at Christmas, and he'd been run over, and the local that rescued him thought he was doing the right thing by tying the back legs together that were hurt with a sack. So by the time he got to us 2 weeks later, the legs were broken. And,
Baby.
and then the vet came, and the vet said we should amputate. And as soon as he heard the word amputate, he started scooting around like that.
Wow.
So we just decided to...
Hi, bye.
Hi,
Hi, bye.
and now look, he puts a bit of pressure on them. Look, see,
Wow.
he's standing on them. So she's managed. Christmas Pie was a bit of a mouthful, so no, it's just Pie. Yeah, this is where we do the cremations. It's not my favourite place, but it's the only way. We can't keep burying them. We have got a burial site at the back, where we started burying and putting stones and stuff, but it's too much.
Yeah.
And there's leopards in the area as well, so we cremate them. So we had to make this. It's like a bit makeshift, but
Yeah, it works.
does the job.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Amazon's here. He's our favourite person. We love it when he comes. It's like Christmas. You never know what you're going to get.
Okay, guys, so I am going to give this little baby a bath and remove her ticks. Yeah, you're going to feel so good after.
You're going to take a bath.
Don't be afraid. It's okay. You're going to be all clean.
You're going to be all clean after.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. So tiny.
She's really enjoying this.
You're going to feel so better after, baby. So So Janie, you don't only help animals, you also were helping the migrant workers here in Goa.
During the pandemic, what happened was a couple came down from Margate. They've been feeding on the beach. I was hoping they were going to be here today, actually, Ziggy and Zeba. They've been feeding the migrant workers and the poor and underprivileged for a long time. And we didn't have a government pass to go out onto the beach, and the police weren't being that cooperative at the time. So they came and helped us, and they turned up with a carload of food to feed the poor. So we decided to jump on board, and we did some fundraising. And so we've been giving rice and dal and onions, potatoes, noodles, biscuits, and just getting to know the migrant workers in our area. And then the Herald did a short article about us. And now we've just been offered 10 jobs for 10 migrant workers that can't get back or don't want to go back because they haven't got any money. Working with Save a Cow, it's the Diane Foundation that we work quite closely with when we rescue cows here. If they're small, we can keep them. If they're big or too injured, then we haven't got the space. So we take them to the Diane Foundation, and they've got something like 600 cows there, and they need some extra help. So they called up and said, we'll give 10 of these people you've been feeding a job, plus accommodation, and then we'll provide the food. So they've got 6 months' work.
Wow,
So
what a
we're really
blessing.
happy. Yeah, it's great. We're finalising it today, so we're really happy.
Sweet.
It's going to be life-changing for those people and their families.
So thank you so much, Janie, for having me here today. I learned so much. You're an incredible woman. You have such a big heart, and you're so inspiring. Thank you for everything that you're doing for the animals here in Goa. And tomorrow I will join you guys feeding the beach dogs.
That'll be fun.
How can people donate?
So we've got a Facebook page. If you go to the Facebook page, there's actually a donate button, and on the website as well.
And they can also send in a PayPal donation?
We've got PayPal on the Facebook page and on the website, and there's also our wish list for Amazon is on there. So you can just click on that, and we list the things that we need desperately here. You can just send us items instead of money.
Yeah. So do your karmic duty and spread the love.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janie.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow at the beach.
Thank you, my darling. Yeah, it's really a pleasure to see you.
Likewise. Thank you, everyone.
See you tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning. Here we are on Palalam Beach feeding the stray dogs. We've been doing this all the way through the lockdown. It's not much. It's a handful of pedigree chum, but it's better than nothing. And they kind of rely on it. And they know that we're coming.
Even the crows.
Yeah, even the crows get some. And the cows.
How often do you come out here to feed the dogs?
Every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, every day. And there's other beaches that we have to go to as well. So sometimes, like when we run low on food, we have to like rotate. This is Emmy. She walks sideways. She's got a problem with her back leg, so she walks like a crab.
Oh, poor
Yeah, poor Emmy. Hey. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. You still look so skinny, even though... Come on, look skinny. Come on, you. Come on. Cute face. All of these dogs have been vaccinated and sterilised as well.
How do you know which ones have been vaccinated?
Because they have the little clip in their ear. We nick their ear with a little V clip, and that way we can tell if they've been vaccinated and sterilised. When we're collecting the strays to do this, there's no way of knowing otherwise. If you put collars on, they pull them off. We put tags on and they pull them off when they're fighting. So this is permanent, you know. So we can we don't even need to go near the dog, especially if the dogs are not overly friendly. You can see from a distance whether we've picked them up or not before. And it's also helpful if people get bitten or anything on the beach. We can say, did the dog have the nick in the ear? And if it did, then it's had the anti-rabies vaccine. It puts the tourist mind at rest as well.
True.
Yeah. Although tourists can be part of the problem sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, they adopt a dog while they're on holiday, especially the puppies, and they'll carry them around for 2 weeks and name them and put little collars on them and feed them, and then they leave and they don't see what happens when they leave because the puppies and the dogs lose their food source, then they lose their space, they lose their territory, and they get into all sorts of trouble. So I would really tell people not to do that. I know it's tempting to pick up a puppy and just make it your own for a couple of weeks, but unless you're going to keep it and look after it, then, you know, don't feed it. Well, yeah, feed it occasionally, but don't get it into a routine. Until tomorrow.
bygone